Hello, craft beer friends, and welcome to season 11, episode 26 of Tap to Craft podcast. I am Denny Luce coming to you from Boise, Idaho, and my partner in craft, the dog whisperer, and he's my favorite Florida man from Tampa, Florida, Mr. Kris McKenzie. How the heck are you doing tonight, buddy?
Denny, it's a wonderful day. Spent the day on the beach, looking
Nice.
for some shark's teeth, having a couple of delicious beers, and
Okay.
I am not the same color as my shirt, and I did it
Oh,
right.
good.
I did it right.
Excellent.
But all is good here in Tampa. What about you? How are you doing? I haven't got to ask you that in I feel like a long time.
I'm doing great. Had a nice long weekend with the 4th of July
Good.
holiday in there on Friday. Spent some time with some family, although my daughter didn't come visit us. She wasn't feeling well, so I didn't want to make the trip. But got to spend time with my son and grandson and his girlfriend and kids and her parents, and went over to my good buddy Corey's son's house, Joe, and he threw a great little party on the 4th of July. We went to for a few hours and had a great time. So yeah, it was good. I got some work done in the heat. We had some storms come in
Yeah.
on the Thursday and Friday. I thought the 4th of July was going to be canceled with all the with all the wind, the rain, lightning, thunder going on. I'm like, holy smokes! And then at about 4 o'clock, it let up. Sun came out, and we were outside partying up like it's the 4th of July.
All right.
But yeah, I'm doing good. Looking forward to our show because I know we're going to be drinking some beers together. You over there in Florida, me here in Idaho, and we're going to share a few beers, and I'm looking forward to that as well as a great topic. But let's get the show started. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, but before we get too far into the show, we always want to let anyone new listening to Tap to Craft podcast know what we're all about. We are an educational podcast focused around celebrating all things craft beer because we want to assist you, our listener, along in your craft beer journey and adventures. And you are listening to episode 286, recording on Monday, July 7th, 2025, and we are live on Facebook. If you'd like to join us during our recording session sometime, you can do that on the Monday prior to release at 8:30 Eastern Time. And in this episode, we are going to learn all about the dog days of summer beer release with an interview with Jim and Brittany Barrie of BarrieHaus Beer Company. A great interview that Kris did live on premise, right?
I
You were
did, yeah.
there, right? Yeah.
Uh,
So stay
Wednesday.
tuned. Yeah, stay tuned for that. It's just hot off the press, and you guys are going to enjoy that. As well as, like I mentioned, we're going to have maybe up to 3 beer tastings that we're going to be doing a tasting segment on. So stick around for that, as well as some great conversation. So, Kris, we didn't say what was in our glass because we're going to have a beer tasting start off right now. So, Kris, what are we drinking?
Well, first thing it's going to be in our glass, Denny, is
Okay.
I started with
Water?
water. And it was great because my water bottle matches your shirt today. And
Yes.
if you're listening to this, sorry, you don't get to see the cool shirt and the cool stickers that we have from the folks over at Marker 48.
Marker 48.
But our first beer we're going to be drinking this evening is from Brewery Ommegang. And it is a oak aged watermelon Kolsch. Like if you this has got to be the perfect thing for summer.
Mm-hmm.
And
Ooh.
I
Wow.
I picked this beer up for us, and yeah, the label was kind of cool, but just the Kolsch barrel aged watermelon,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't not pick it up, so I grabbed a can for myself and for Denny, and we've been we've been talking about this beer for a couple of weeks now, just getting ready to try it.
Yeah,
But
we were looking forward to having
oh,
a solo show again so we could do some beer tastings of these beers that Kris provided. And today is the day. We're going to do 3 of
that's
them.
pretty.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, it's got a little pink hue to it. Actually, almost like a red grapefruit coloring, huh?
Yeah.
Kind of like red grapefruit, maybe. Yeah, it's kind of nice. But the aroma, holy smokes, the aroma smells like watermelon um, watermelon Jolly Ranchers.
Yeah, it really does, but not the too sweet kind. And Dan
No.
Winch hopped on, Eric Gronley hopped on. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Sounds like a good pick, guys. Thank you for hopping on with us. Yeah, we're about to find out because it's got a nice solid head, really tiny bubbles on it. Looking,
Bubble. Yeah.
looks thick and creamy. Well, at least in my glass anyway. But Denny's. Let's just jump into this thing.
Hmm.
I want more of this.
Wow.
I
This
want
is
more of this.
yeah, you get watermelon, kind of like watermelon rindy, but what watermelon, but not like you said the super sweet syrupy candy. It's more like you know, um, like like you're smelling a watermelon rind, doesn't it? Kind of smell
Yeah,
like you're sitting there eating and smelling the rind. Yeah.
we're huge into watermelon, especially this time of year. I mean, we go through about two of them a week,
Hmm.
um, and it did. It's it started off as kind of like that big hit of kind of like that Jolly Rancher watermelon
Hmm.
flavor, but it
Yeah.
shifted real
Yeah.
fast and dried up a little bit,
It is dry.
and then the oak showed up and
Oh
just kind of
yeah.
balanced it off a little bit. It was really nice.
Yeah. Amazing how this is dry, and it almost gives like I feel like it's almost like some prickly pear in there or something too. Something like some cactus.
So
Uh,
the thing here, whatever the hell that thing is on the label, it it made me think of the agave plant, so I automatically thought tequila,
yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
which by the
Tequila
way,
barrel age.
that would be a great barrel to be but
You're right. It does look like it.
oh
It does kind of look like
it
some
has a
kind of a
touch of
lower.
lime in it too. Aged on
Oh.
golden agave barrel chips.
Oh,
There
okay.
we
So
go.
agave. So it is a yeah. So it is kind of a. Actually, you know what? Did we
We
read this
should,
little?
if we
Did,
read the title that you so lovingly typed out, we would have had this information. So,
oh, so we didn't read it. So go ahead and read that, Chris,
okay,
and we'll
so
find out. Because I was like, it kind of tastes like some cactus.
we were really excited about this beer. So soak up the sunshine with our oak-aged watermelon Kolsch. This refreshing beer, which by the way is at 6% and 15 IBUs. This refreshing beer combines the crisp profile of a classic Kolsch with the
Hmm.
juicy infusion of fresh watermelon and a touch of real lime.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Aged on golden agave barrel chips, it captures a
Oh.
subtle, smooth depth reminiscent of a watermelon margarita.
Okay.
Listen, we picked all that up in there. We're just
I can
pretty
see that.
talented.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pouring with a beautiful red hue, this crisp,
Yeah.
fruity
It is
beer
red.
embodies the festive spirit of warm celebrations and outdoor gatherings. Best enjoyed with friends, sunshine, and adventure. No seeds included.
Okay. So yes, what they said, it's like a watermelon margarita,
Mm-hmm.
basically. That's a good description because you do get that lime in there. I do get some cactus like maybe
Well,
agave
I think
syrupy
that lime
cactus.
is
Maybe that
picking
lime
on.
is playing yeah is playing on it. Maybe the oak is also playing into that flavor profile. Super refreshing, and
Hmm.
because it finishes like dry, you can just take another sip and
Yeah.
really get that refreshing. Again, this is fantastic, Chris. I had a feeling it was going to be good, and
Hmm.
I'm blown away. I it also with all those flavors, it also gives you kind of like a bit of a floral
Yeah.
character to it too, with the lime and the agave chips, the oaks, everything kind of gives you like a floral. But yeah, this is really good. It's great. Like right now, it's in the mid 90s here in my area. Tomorrow's
Same.
gonna be over 100.
Not
So
same.
this will be a great beer to have a 4 or 6 pack of to cool off on that hot summer night.
Yeah, most definitely. I would 119% agree with that.
Okay, this is a hit. Yeah, I am super digging this. I love the the layered flavors and the everything just comes together with the lime, some of that oak, and the watermelon. That's why I get that like watermelon rindy character too, because I think it's those add into that. But yeah, that's really tasty. All right, that's a winner. Right now, that's high. That's gonna be a high rating for me. I haven't decided if I like it enough that I may just let down my guard and give that a 5 cap rating.
So it's funny,
Um,
I made something similar to this the other day. Remember I said, we go through a couple of watermelons a week.
hmm
And the we were getting to the end of the week and we had a bunch of it left over, so I just threw it in the blender and put a little bit of honey in there and a little bit of lime juice and then drank it. And it was a lot like this. Just not as this is a little more tart, but it was a lot like
it's
this.
got a little, yeah, it does have a little bit of tartness in there, but not too tart. Um, I think I think some people may take some of the flavor as maybe coming across soapy, but I don't think that. I think that's just the flavors that are being generated. But I wouldn't say soapy. I think it tastes um, like lime and oak
Yeah, I agree.
and some agave character in there. Yeah, agave barrels chips. Okay. All right, Kris. Well, that was good. We can drink a little bit of that as we go in with the show. But any parting words, last words? What do you think? You going
Uh,
to give this a high rating or?
yeah, most definitely. It very well could be a 5 cap rating.
Hmm. All right, I got about 3 more sips left. That'll
Same.
last me as we go. All right. Well, that's our beer tasting number one. Wow, we went right through that super quick. But that's not all. We've got more to come. But Kris and I would like to thank all of our Patreon supporters because this episode is brought to you in part by our satisfied Patreon supporters like Mike Allen, Bill Schlemmer, Amanda and Kevin Argauer, Mike Blanchard, Tara Carlson, Jim Kutzel, Alex Fuchs, and Eric Scotty Ward, who are our virtual producers, and Tom Byrne, Jeff Seiler, Johan Halberg, Chad Lamassa, Mark Church, Eric Gronley, and Batman Dan, who want to buy us a virtual beer. If you enjoy the content we provide, we invite you to support the show by toasting your host or buying us a virtual beer or even becoming a virtual producer. And you can explore the options on our support page by visiting patreon.com/tapthecraft. All right, we have a couple interviews coming up in the next few shows. Next episode on July 21st, we will have Jason Gilmore from Desert Monks Brewing out of Gilbert, Arizona. Looking forward to finding out about the Desert Monks. I love the name, Desert Monks Brewing. I visited their website to find out a little bit about them. It looks like they may have won some Great American Beer Fest medals, some hardware. So it'd be cool to find out what they have won and their experience in brewing. And in the mid-August, August 18th, we're going to have John Snyder of Cold Harbor Brewing out of Westboro, Massachusetts. He'll be joining us to talk about their beer. So I don't know anything about Cold Harbor, but again, looking forward to finding out more about these two breweries.
I was very excited when I first started talking to the guys over at Desert Monks because
Hmm.
it just kind of popped up and their initials are DMB. Now, for most people, that's not going to mean a damn thing. To me, that means a whole lot of stuff. You guys hear DMB, I hear Dave Matthews Band, one of my
Oh,
favorite bands, and it was Desert Monks Brewing, and I'm like, ooh, DMB. Oh, it's a brewery. Oh, even better. Okay, well let's let's see if they want to
okay.
come on the show. So,
All right. Sounds great. DMB.
hmm
All right. Well, we did get some feedback. Actually, this one email we're going to read actually came before the last episode, but because I needed some time after my camping trip to do a little research and give them an answer, we didn't read this one. So this email is from Unhappy with Hoppy Beer in Boise. That's who sent this, but I know he's a friend of mine from work. Uh, here's what he had to write. to us about. He says, the internet tells us that noble hops are the primary hops used in German lagers. And he says, I like the Helles lagers. Looks like there are many varieties of noble hops. The Tettnang, the Spalt, the Spaz, or Saz. Don't forget, what's the other one? Hutzberger, whatever.
Sure.
There's a few other ones too, but he says, do you know what hop varieties are used in the Helles lagers from Bavaria, like Spaten, Hofbrau, Augustiner, Hacker? That's a good question. So I don't know. So I had to look this up. So I'll read this little first part, and then Kris, you can go ahead and break it down into more details here. But generally, Bavarian Helles lagers, including those from famous breweries like Spaten, Hofbrau, Augustiner, and Hacker Sohr, I can't say that. I can't say these damn words. Rely on traditional German noble hops to achieve their characteristic aroma and flavor profile. So, Kris, why don't you go ahead and give a breakdown by brewery?
Well, you always leave me the fun things to talk about because the words are just great. Also, too, Mr. Trent Fleener hopped on with us just to say hello. Happy Monday to you, buddy. And thank you for checking in with us. All right, so here's a breakdown by brewery. Spaten. Well, while the specific hop varieties for their Helles aren't explicitly listed in the search results, it's safe to assume that they use noble hops, as they are typical for the style. A clone recipe suggests Hallertau.
That's what I was thinking of.
Hallertau.
Yeah.
All right. Hofbrau. They use a blend of bitter and aroma hops. They specifically mention using the bitter hop Hercules with a K. I like that. And the aroma hops Hallertau Pearl and select in pellet form. Some online sources also suggest the use of Hallertau Mittelfrüh.
Yeah.
And so
good job, Kris. You're doing great.
My German is just rocking today.
You're doing it.
All right, Augustiner. Somebody's going to call me out on that one too. Augustiner. Their Helles is often associated with the use of Hallertau hops. Homebrew clone recipes specifically mention Hallertau Hersbrucker.
Yeah,
right.
Hersbrucker. I got that.
Liz, you said a lot of stuff. I don't know. I didn't know if you were really reading something or if you were just making up words. All right, the Hacker Shore. The Municher Gold Helles utilizes Hallertauer Tradition and Hallertauer Hercules hops. So there's some key takeaways here. The Hallertau Mittelfrüh is, I almost went Muppet Chef over there. Mittelfrüh is a standard and very common hop variety used in Bavarian Helles historically and currently. The other German noble hops such as Tettnang, Spalt, and Saz can also be used. Hallertauer Hersbrucker is specifically mentioned in relation to Augustiner's Helles, and some breweries like Hofbrauer and Hacker Shore employ specific varieties like Hercules and Pearl. So these hops contribute to the characteristic low bitterness and delicate floral or spicy aromas and flavors expected in a traditional Helles lager.
Yeah. So it could be any number of these noble hops, or all of them. They all use ones, but my favorites. I'm not a huge Saz hop. I know that's like blasphemy, but I mean, they just come across a bit too earthy for me, too spicy. I do like the Tettnang is one of my favorite hops, and the Hallertauer Mittelfrüh is another one I really like as well. As far as the Spalt and what was the other one? Select. Not familiar with those. And even Hercules. I've heard Hercules before. I'm not familiar if that's just a bittering or if there's any. I think that's just a bittering hop. Yeah, Hercules. I think it's just mainly bittering. So it probably gives you that nice bitter finish in some of those Pilsners and such. So there we go. There you go, Peter. We just helped you with some German noble hops in your popular German lagers, Helles lagers. Thank you for the question. We appreciate that. I hope this,
Well, I hope it answered the question
yeah, I
because
hope it
that was a heck
answered.
of a question too.
That was a heck of a question. There's no way I would have been able to bust that out in the couple hours I was home before we had to record last episode. So it worked out well. We also had an email from Eric Scotty Ward. Yes, he didn't have one last episode, or maybe the one before that too, but he did leave us one this time. He says, just finished listening to last night's live show with Bill Childress from Mississippi's SoPro Brewing. Also, I enjoyed the previous show with Matt and Kris from Wisconsin's Barkyard Brewing. Keep up the great guest list. Well, thank you, Eric.
Thank
We
you.
will try to keep up the great guest list and giving you breweries that you may not have heard of, but can get some great information, especially like Barkyard. What a fun show that was. I really enjoyed that show. Those guys are great. Two guys I would love to hang out with and drink and eat and chat and just enjoy each other's company. Super good guys.
Yeah. Well, and we even got to do, well, I just happened to see one of them doing a live on TikTok and I was like, maybe they'll let me on. And I, I jumped
Oh,
on
that's
there.
right. That's
Yeah.
right. You
And,
did.
and, uh, and just ended up chatting with them and a couple of their friends, having some beers, just BSing. I didn't have a beer with me, and I feel like it was like, I don't know, 9, 10 o'clock. I hadn't drank anything at all. And they were like,
Mm.
well, we're gonna grab a beer if you want to grab a beer. And I went, all right. So I went and grabbed one of these beers, one of these last beers I had from
SoPro?
SoPro. Actually, I drank the Dogs Manipulating Time. I felt it was appropriate considering
Yeah.
their barkyard,
Barkyard.
um, but just I'm with you, man. It was just fun. They're a fun group of guys just to sit and chat and BS about beer or life or
Hmm.
this thing. Yeah, Trent said they're great guys. Yeah, I hope we get the chance to meet up with them sometime in the near future. You too, Trent,
Yeah.
because say what's up, poor people. Um, so I would definitely appreciate the time with them too.
Excellent. All right. So I'm trying to decide if we want to do another tasting. We should probably do another tasting before we get to these voicemails, huh?
All right,
How you doing with your
is your glass
watermelon?
empty?
This one? It is
Funny, mine
empty.
is too. Mm.
All right. You know what? We're rolling like thunder tonight. We're gonna bust out another tasting. This one's gonna be from, oh, where did I go?
Sorry.
Where did my taste? Oh, from BarrieHaus. In fact, this is very uh what was topical, I guess, or very convenient that
Sure.
we're actually talking about. We're going to be interviewing. Chris is going to be interviewing BarrieHaus Beer Company uh, in the Brew Buzz. So we'll have a segment there. We'll be talking about their beer, but this will be the BarrieHaus Beer Company Teddy Beer West Coast Pilsner. Love the name Teddy Beer.
So if you guys are not, um, I don't know, I don't know the best way to say this, but make sure you go check out our social media, whether it's on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We've been doing a lot of our interviews and breaking them up into small pieces. Um, so that way it's not just like 2.5 hours of Denny and I interviewing people. Um, but just kind of breaking it up into smaller pieces and just having some fun with it too. So, but Trent said definitely would like to meet up one day in the future. Tap the Craft is Mohead y'all official. Yep, he said he'd love to have us on the show too.
All
Um,
right, hey, we're up for guesting on another podcast. That'd be
yeah,
great.
always up for collaborations. So, did you crack your beer already?
Yeah,
Okay.
look,
Jeez, you're
it's
poured and
already.
everything. Okay.
I'm going for it. We're going for it. This is a beer heavy episode. We're going to be
Yep.
drinking some beer. So let me talk about this. This is a 5.5% West Coast Pilsner. Teddy Beer is a light and bright Pilsner bursting with West Coast punch, sure to give you that feel good burst, much like an old friend. Inspiration for this beer is our favorite teddy bear and what's GC?
General contractor?
No. It's Ted from Ted the bear, right? What's GC? Man, I'm not very good at that. Which
Our inspiration for this beer is our favorite teddy bear
teddy
and
bear
GC. I'd
and
have to go with general contractor, Denny.
general contractor Ted? His special touches on every aspect. Oh, maybe it is our general contractor. Kris, you
They
are a
did
genius.
they did just open that other tasting room a couple of
You
months ago.
are a genius. Yes, his special touch is on every aspect of their tap room in Ybor City, from our custom copper
So
bar
smart.
top and reinforced brew house floors to the story-worthy installation of our glycol chiller. Well, it must be quite a story. Our Ted is a lovable guy, and he has a way of raising one eyebrow and saying, let's work this out together. Nice. Okay, so beautiful straw colored beer. Lots of bubbles coming out of this thing. You can't see it on there, but you kind of can see it in there. But the bubbles are flying up the top of this beer. Nice head, very very nice fruity and citrus aroma.
Oh wow.
I mean, I'm getting a big giant citrus burst out of. You know, talk about burst. They said there was burst in here, right? Burst of
Sure.
citrus in here. Wow, it smells good. A little bit of underlying, maybe citrus fruitiness in there too. But it smells good, man. This is another refreshing one for those hot summer days. Um, you get anything else out of this?
I haven't got the chance to sniff.
I don't have any.
I'm,
I
I'm
don't have
trying to I'm
anything.
trying to type and
Oh,
and
sorry, didn't
no,
mean
you're
to.
good. And
But I'm not getting any malt though. Mostly just citrus. Actually, you know what? No, there is a little bit of malt in the back there. A little bit of. Ooh, I'm burping. Drink that first beer too
well,
fast.
you said when you before we got started, you were like, well, we can do 3 beers if you want to. And I'm like, Denny,
I
we
said
have
we could do 2 beers if you want to, but you said no. Let's do all three. I
come
said
on,
all right.
let's do them. Yeah,
You're my
because listen,
man.
we
Let's do
we
it.
we've got some beers to get through in the next couple of episodes, and well, and it's so clear too. It's just pretty.
Okay. Dry. Love it. Love a good dry Pilsner.
Mm.
Citrus. There's something else in the background I'm trying to pull out. Um, I want to say it's almost like smokiness, but I know it's not smokiness. It's something else that's giving me a dry. It's really dry and
Is it
a bit of
pepper?
well, maybe it's pepper because it feels like maybe it's pepper. Actually, you know what? It might be white pepper, like a white pepper finish in there. Um, I don't know. I'm glad you maybe are getting the same thing,
Yeah, it's a
but
little.
you're
It's
right.
got a little bit of spice to it.
Yeah, it might be
Not like
a
peppery
little
spice, but well,
yeah, and
not
not
like
like
hot pepper spice, but
no,
like
not hot, not chili or hot pepper,
thank
but
you. That's what I was looking for.
and not and maybe a little black pepper, but almost like white pepper, right? White
Yeah.
pepper has that peppery character, but not as bold as the black pepper. You still get it, but it's like underlying.
It'd be crazy and say pink pepper too.
Oh, pink. It could be pink. You're right. It could be pink. But it has that lower subtlety pepper character, not that big, bold, you know, peppercorn, black pepper.
It's blackish, but kind of whitish, but maybe a little pink too. Like you just don't know.
Mm. I love the dryness of this. This is the only thing I'm missing, and I'm not getting a lot of the malt character, and my mouth is drying out quite a bit, and there's almost like a bit of astringency, right? It's pulling out some of that moisture, puckering my cheeks. But man, really good. Have you had this one before
Yeah.
at in the tap room?
No, not in the tap room.
Oh, in a
Um,
can.
in a can.
So what is your thoughts on this? Since you've had it more, this is my first one I've had.
So I don't necessarily want to say that my experience with it in the past has been enough to even make a comment about it. And
Okay.
the reason I say that is because um, more than likely, when I drank this beer the first time, it was probably a couple of weeks ago, and it's I'm kind of strange with how I do beers anymore. So beers from like BarrieHaus that are 6% and under, they're lighter, they're lagers, they're, really something that I'm gonna like drink while I'm cooking dinner.
Hmm.
I can tell you that I probably drank this out of the can
With and not thinking about,
and
you just
not
drank it and enjoyed it.
and just I'm watching food cook and
Hmm.
I'm taking a big old mouthful of it and going, oh wow, that's really good, and then going back to cooking on the grill or something.
Yeah.
So I can't really say that my opinion from
Man, look
previous
at those
experience,
bubbles.
I know they're great,
The bubbles are
is
going crazy.
so previous experience doesn't count. Experience right now, I think
Yeah.
would definitely count.
Well, because for one thing, beautiful head. I mean, it's got a super white, it's white head. Sticks around, one finger holding strong. Bubbles are coming out of this thing like mad, man. They're just rushing up this glass. Beautiful straw, light hay straw coloring, clear. Can't see through it, but it's still pretty clear.
Well, I'd say wipe the condensation off of your B cup there because
Let me give
man,
it a little
if
wipe there.
Denny, if you can't see through this, I can see
Oh, I
me
can see your
through it.
face. Oh, you're
Yeah,
right. Okay,
it's
you're
it's
yeah. It's
it's
my glass. It's my what do they call that? What do we call that? Um,
condensation.
yeah,
This is fourth grade
that's
science
better.
coming at you.
Yeah, now you can see kind of see my face through there too. Kind of. Um, good though. I like this. What I like about it too, it's a West Coast Pilsner without being vegetal, which is good because sometimes
Yes.
when they try to dry hop Pilsners, they leave that hop in there a little bit too much, and it brings out some vegetal character. This one doesn't have that. This is very citrus, almost like as I drink it, it's almost like citrus rind or citrus
Hmm.
peel, like rindy kind of, or what's the pith? Pithy,
Pith, yeah.
citrus pith, but it really smells. I mean, really citrusy in the aroma too. This is
Well,
good.
and in the four hops that they were using in this, Citra is the first thing on the list. So there's your citrus. Citra, Simcoe, Amarillo,
Mm.
and Cascade hops. So
Those
all
are all
really,
classic
really
hops right
popular
there.
hops.
Yeah.
Yeah. And especially in the West Coast, if you're a big fan of West Coast IPAs, definitely go after this one.
So it does have a pretty strong bitterness finish, which I don't mind. It does finish dry as well. It does have that, yeah. I don't know. It's good. The only thing I would say is I wouldn't mind having a little bit more malt character come out.
I bet you that's
Uh,
hard to do when you've got such big hop flavor in there, though.
yeah, yeah. Because I think quickly the citrus over overcomes up front, and then the bitterness overcomes in the back. So there's a very small window to try to get that malt to, to show its head.
Yeah,
Maybe when it warms up, maybe I will get some of that. So I'm going to hold off
maybe.
on finishing that
Well,
until it warms up a bit.
what what's
Oh,
your beer
temperature.
temperature?
Good call, Kris. Let's go ahead and let me get
I'm
the.
at I'm at 48.9 degrees.
I'm at 54.3.
Okay, so I got some time.
Let me see what's in the side of the glass here.
So 53 on the side.
51 on the side.
Okay. So
So
you're a good 52 average.
yeah,
Yeah,
52.
yeah. Okay.
That's good drinking temp. I like 52 to 55.
We just I love this. You just had like an engineer moment right there. You were just like,
Well, according to my calculations
That's
here,
that's what
if
I
you
do like. I do like that. That's like
if
my perfect
yeah,
drinking
yeah.
temp.
if you average out the numbers here, see, it's 52 degrees Fahrenheit, not Celsius.
we're doing it wrong if we don't do Celsius. But don't ask me to convert because I'm not as good as my buddy Alex who can convert
Oh,
like on a
yours,
dime.
you can't just boop, hit the button.
Oh, I could, but then I wouldn't know what I was reading.
I know, me either. Just double the number is what I usually do.
there's a secret to doing it that makes it real easy, but I can always never remember the secret because I really don't care. Everything's in Fahrenheit because we're American.
We're freedom units is what we have.
Freedom units.
Yes,
That's right.
It's a 52 degrees freedom units. Okay, I got.
All right. Well, once again, not disappointed with BarrieHaus. I don't know. I've had a number of BarrieHaus beers. All of them have been really good. This one is no exception. I really enjoy this West Coast Pilsner. So thank you, Kris, for sharing that with me.
My pleasure. Denny, did you hear what they said in the interview? I know we haven't put it in the show yet.
I heard the whole
I know
interview.
you did. Did you hear what they have on that they're kegging now? 100 barrels of Oktoberfest.
Oh, yeah. I've had their Oktoberfest. Their Oktoberfest is really good.
It is really good.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, we are going to continue on with some voicemail. Now, we have, how many voicemails I send you? 5?
5.
5 voicemails. But don't worry. They're not Jim Kudsall length voicemails. These are short, like 1.5 minutes until the last one, which is 3 minutes. So they're pretty short, but it's all about a trip, a boys' trip that my good buddy Mike Blanchard and his brother-in-law and his brother-in-law's friend, they went on a 4-day brewery crawl up the Oregon coast. And each day they highlighted the beers and the breweries that they stopped at and they enjoyed. And so many of these breweries are ones that I hadn't heard of. And I think it's a great, and these towns that they were getting these breweries from, most people don't stop at these towns. But if you do drive through and you hear a brewery that sounds like amazing from what these guys explain, you might want to stop along your Oregon coast trip and have a beer at a couple of these spots. So I think he did a really great job, and I want to play all 5 of them. And it won't take that long. It's only like, 10 minutes or less than 10 minutes to play all 5. So it won't be that long. But again, good information about some breweries that you probably never heard about that have some good beer. So why don't you go ahead and cue up Mike's first voicemail?
Hey, Denny, it's Mike. I'm here with Dean, Jason, and Gary, and we're in Bandon, Oregon. And we are starting the Trail of Beers north from here to Astoria. We're going to hit 20 plus
Goonies
breweries. Mm-hmm. We're going to be tasting as many beers as we can, and we have 4 days to do it. We just finished off at Bandon Brewing. Nice little joint. If you're ever in town, if you happen to be named Kelsey or whatever. We had flights of beer. I think my favorite was the Face Rock IPA.
Gene would agree. Face Rock is very good. The Awesome Hazy IPA is very good. And the Bacon Blue Cheese Breadsticks, very good with beers.
Bacon Blue Cheese
I personally
breadsticks?
like the One-Eyed Jack. It's a nice solid IPA. And I would second the Blue Cheese beer breadsticks.
Mm-hmm. Gary is holding it down.
It was really good, but seal of the deal was my non-alcoholic IPA.
Gary is driving for us, so you don't need to worry. As we head up 101, heading north, we have a very safe, experienced driver behind the wheel who's not going to be drinking. So this will be the first of many voicemails. I know you're not going to be able to play all of them, but hopefully we may even put together a little guide for your listeners of if they want to follow in our paths like Luce and Clark, they'll know where to go and where not to go. Later.
All right. So that's first voicemail. And if you're not familiar with the geography, as he mentioned, they started down south. So that's just not the most southern part of the coast. Go down a little further to Gold Beach. But there's no brewery in Gold Beach. So they started in Brandon where there's a brewery. So they're starting down south and they're making their trip up north, finishing off in Astoria, Oregon, which is which is the northern point of the coast. So there's voicemail 1. How about hit us with voicemail? Oh, and by the way, my buddy Mike, his brother-in-law Dean, is married to Mike's sister. Dean's friend Jason, who's also friends with Mike, and then I think it's Dean's father is the DD, the Gary, who's doing the driving and drinking and giving us his opinion on the non-alcoholic options on the trip as well.
Proud of you guys for being responsible too. You got a
That's
DD.
right.
Nice job. All right, here's voicemail number 2.
Hey, Denny. We're at Seven Devils Waterfront Ale House in Coos Bay, Oregon. In addition to beer, we've hit the Green Spot.
No one's ever found that, by the way.
They were very good. The consensus is that Spindrift Hazy is the best beer here so far.
Yes, it is wonderful. In between our last call and here, we hit Bandon Rain, which I highly recommend anyone within a 200-mile radius of Bandon drive to Bandon Rain and get some ciders, because they are doing stuff that they can't even ship anywhere, that they've only got on site, that is delicious.
Cranberry pineapple, cranberry peach. The peach pineapple.
Tell me about the peach, Mike.
So good.
So right now we're in Coos Bay. We're heading north. Gary, got anything to add?
Well, cheese curds were good.
Cheese curds are good. We got
Face Rock Creamery.
Face Rock Creamery cheese curds.
That should be on a T-shirt.
That's about it. We'll check in with you later.
Wherever we're at next. Yeah.
All right. Quick.
That should be on a T-shirt. Cheese curds were good.
Yeah, cheese curds were good.
Moving
Space
on to-
something, yeah.
Moving on to number 3.
Number 3.
Hey, Denny. It's
Hey, Mike.
11:17 in the morning on day 2. We're at Rogue down on the waterfront. We just got our first flights put in front of us. Thought we'd check in, let you know kind of what we did yesterday. We
want to talk about rating, how we felt about different places?
Yeah,
sure. Too Shy, definitely the best brewery we went to yesterday. Every beer I played got better as the day went.
Too Shy was so good.
It was good. I would venture to Reedsport just to go there. Or Roseburg.
Too Shy.
Then Bandon Rain. Yeah.
I get Bandon Rain second, and Bandon Brewing.
Seven Devils, great location. Our beers were all right.
A little mass produced because they're a little bigger, but whatever.
And then Wildcraft Cider, not my cup of tea.
No. They all tasted the same, and they were all kind of meh.
Yeah.
The best thing they had there was the apple juice.
Yeah.
The non-alcoholic apple cider juice thing.
Yeah, the non-alcoholic apple juice was the best. Our driver appreciated it.
Saying something.
So, anybody who's not familiar with Oregon, Newport, which is where we're at now, looks geographically like it's about halfway up. But when it comes to actual beer geography, it's now entering a target-rich environment.
Yeah.
75% of the breweries are going to be between here and the Columbia River. And so it's a little less road time and a little more drinking time. So check in with you again. Let you know how things are going.
I love this. They're doing the Lord's work.
Yeah. So, yeah. They are. So Mike brings up a great point. So the first 2 days, they made it up to Newport, and there's only a few breweries, maybe 5, 6 breweries that were in that area that they stopped in cideries. But now, from Newport on up, that's where the majority of the breweries are, whether it's in Newport, Lincoln City, Seaside, Pacific Beach, and in Astoria. There's a lot of breweries that are there. He mentioned that there was 22 at the beginning, that there's 22 breweries along the coast, and they were going to try to hit every one of them. We'll find out if they hit everyone or not, but that's a pretty good, hitting 22 breweries in 4 days.
Impressive.
That's crazy. So let's go on to day 4. I mean,
voicemail 4.
Fourth voicemail.
It.
Yeah.
Hey, Denny. About 4 o'clock on Friday. We've reached Lincoln City. We're at Beach Crest Brewing Company.
This is the Oregon Trail of beer.
The gem of the Oregon coast. After Rogue, we went through Beer One in Newport.
Beer One.
And Depot Bay Brewing Company. Rogue, solid as it's ever been. Great beers. Beer One, great little place.
Yeah, nice little dive bar vibe to it. Good seating out front. That was nice. Had some good beers. What do we like at Depot? Was it Kingfisher? No, it's some sort of IPA they had on. Yeah, new one. New one. Or seasonal IPA. They can't remember the name of it. But it was good. It was good.
But here at Beach Crest, they have an amazing selection of beers.
They do. All styles.
I wanted to go there.
And we're not only are we learning and growing, we're having emotional experiences. We're much like Lewis and Clark. I think we're reaching the apex of this trip. We're reaching the Continental Divide. And from here, it's going to be downhill as we head north.
And, no one got dysentery.
The weekend is coming. Yes. It's going to be busy over here.
Yes.
At Depot Bay, it was the King Tide IPA. The one of y'all like.
King Tide IPA. Definitely one that was a crowd pleaser.
And here at Beach Crest, I really liked the Belgian Double.
Oh, you got your double,
that was
then.
a good one.
And I like the Mayan Mole, which for me, it's a little break from the IPAs, but it was a stout with some spiciness to it, a little bit of chili. Very good. So, we're staying here in Lincoln City tonight. We'll check in with you tomorrow.
Day 3.
All right. So now we're on to the last voicemail. This will be the longest one because it's covering the rest of day 3 and day 4. But there's some good nuggets of spots that I think they mentioned the favorite place to drink on this trip is mentioned in this one that says, hands down, if you happen to go through Cannon Beach, Seaside area, you should stop at this place. So let's hear what they
find out.
Yeah.
All right, Denny. Sunday afternoon. We're at Fort George. This is brewery number 17.
17
since Wednesday.
On a Wednesday.
We've learned a lot. We've grown a lot as people. We've had a lot of beer. 4 ounces at a time.
4 to 6 ounces at a time. I would say Bill's Tavern in Cannon Beach is in the top 5 of the breweries we've been to.
Amazing.
Obelisk in Astoria is a hidden little gem versus the bigger commercial breweries like Fort George and Bowie.
It is amazing, and their flights are only 3, but they're 6 ounces each.
Yeah, they're 6 ounces apiece. Seashore Brewing in Seaside, great location and is what every old movie theater in the United States deserves to be, which is a brewery/restaurant.
We've learned a couple things. Don't be afraid to pass by a place if it has a line out the front. Nothing bad about Pelican beers, but we couldn't wait an hour to get a seat.
No.
And they're very popular and very touristy. And, depending on the time, if you can make that work, you can make it work. If not, move on to a place that could be a little hole in the wall. Pirates Cove.
Yeah.
Like Beer One in Newport, where you are not going to wait for a beer, but they are going to be delicious.
And if you're in Cannon Beach and you go to Bill's Tavern and taste the rainbow, you will get 10 4-ounce pours, and they are all, even the porters, very delicious.
I think if we were going to do this again, we would probably go north to south.
Yeah.
To not end up on the North Oregon coast on the weekend.
Yeah, I hit the midweek.
If you were trying to do this with kids or a family or people who didn't like drinking,
double the amount of days for the number of breweries. If you had 2 or 3 in a day, you would be making a good pace to really do it right.
Yeah.
And so if there's going to be, you're going to golf or you're going to hit the beach or do things like that, yeah, you gotta build a little time in.
And there are still 2 breweries we didn't reach. Arch Rock in Gold Beach and Chetco in Bandon that we weren't able to get to this week.
Our white whales.
Yeah, those are left.
Yeah. We'll send you a little bit more of a debrief, but just wanted to check in.
Oh, that was it. We got cut off.
That was it.
So he did say there was a brewery in Gold Beach, which is the southernmost point of the coast. So they could have started there, but that would mean they'd have to cut down to Gold Beach, and that was too far of a drive probably that first day. But yeah, that very interesting. I have to applaud my buddies for being able to go to 17 breweries in 4 days.
That's impressive.
And drink. Now I'm pretty sure they were only drinking, tasters, but still, I'd be peeing a lot, stopping at 4 breweries a day.
I mean, 4 breweries a day isn't really crazy. Yeah. It's not crazy though. It's not crazy. It is a lot. I'll give you that.
Sustainable, like 4 days in a row of 4 breweries, and some of those he was drinking 10. Like the rainbow was 10 beers, 10 samples.
I feel like it was 10 samples split up between 2 or 3 guys.
No, they each had their own.
No way.
Yeah. No. I've gone with these guys. They each order their own samplers.
Blanchard, you're my hero.
Yeah, these guys put down some beer.
Well,
they put down some beer. I was impressed. I can't hang. I'm no longer, and Mike and I are the same. Well, I'm a little bit older than Mike, and Dean, but we're a similar age. But I've given up on trying to be my youth. I'm an old man.
Well, you slipped into it a couple weeks ago, remember?
I did, and you know what? I decided that I won't make that mistake again. And this weekend, of course, Sarah was on my ass about making sure I drank water between beers. So I would have a beer, drink of water, have a beer, drink of water. I drank more water, I think, than I drank beer at the 4th of July.
Good job, Sarah.
So
yes, because she didn't want to take care of your drunk ass.
I know. I know. So, but yeah, great voicemails. Thank you, Mike. Really enjoyed listening to your travels as 4 days. They started a long weekend on a Wednesday and went up the Oregon coast, stopping at all those breweries and trying beers, and had some great information. If you want to be like Mike and leave us a voicemail, you can do that very easily at 208-536-3359. Yeah, I just rattled off a bunch of numbers. How about 208-53-ODDLY? Is that easier? Yeah, just send us a voicemail. Let us know what you're drinking, what breweries you visited, style, a question, anything you want. We'd love to get your voicemail on the air. And if you want to be like Eric Scotty Ward and the Unhappy with Hoppy Beer in Boise, you can leave us an email at taptocraft@gmail.com. You can also leave us some feedback on our Facebook page at facebook.com/taptocraft. Visit our webpage at taptocraft.com. That's it.
That's it.
That's how you can get a hold of us and get your questions and stuff on the air. Okay, Kris.
How's your beer level?
Yeah, I've got this much left.
Hey, we've got the same amount left.
Yeah, but you want to do the Untapped to Craft?
I think we need to just jump into the brew buzz because this show is going to go real long if we do. Well, you know what? It's real short actually. There's plenty, but I'll make it fit.
Let's do. You can skip by some of the ones that aren't interesting and just do a truncated version with our favorites.
Truncated. That's a word that I don't use very often. But
not
hey,
truncated.
I said truncated. I didn't say trump-cated. We're not that kind of show.
All right. So, Kris, let's continue the conversation because now you know what time it is. It's time to untap the craft and see what our listeners are drinking according to Untappd.
So make sure, if you guys want us to read your check-ins, make sure you follow me on Untappd at K9 Hops. That's the letter K, the number 9, HOPS on Untappd. And we read your check-ins approximately 24 hours prior to the show's recording. And we're going to start out with another Mike, one of our other favorite Mikes, Mike Allen, drinking a 14-degree amber ale by Bent Paddle Brewing Company, checking in at the Duluth International Airport. Go say hi to Eric.
Duluth, Indiana, is that where?
No, Duluth, Minnesota.
Minnesota? Oh shoot, I was gonna say Minnesota and I changed to Indiana.
Yeah, look, it says Eric Gronley commented, "Welcome to northern Minnesota, Mike." Look at that.
Oh, wow, what was he doing up there?
Probably Minnesota stuff. I don't know. He didn't
buying some underwear.
Yeah,
Duluth
at
Trading?
the Duluth Trading Company. Yeah, love those guys. No notes to go along with it. 3.5 caps for the 14-degree amber ale. But Eric, thank you for welcoming Mike to Minnesota. And then next on our list, scrolling on up, is going to be Alex Fuchs checking into a Tennant's Stout by Tennant's Caledonian Brewery at Bartov Halone. He's checking into that location.
He's in Holland, Israel. Yeah.
3 3/4 caps rating. Simply put, sweet. That was the only notes that he had for it.
Sweet. Wow. That's a stout done wrong then if it's sweet.
Well, maybe. But so we've got Kevin Page checking into a burial beer.
Of course. That's all he drinks.
The beloved Ceremony of Condemnation. Now, if I was seeing social medias correctly, Kevin moved to North Carolina.
He did, just to be close to his favorite brewery.
Yeah, he wanted some more burial in his life. No notes, but 3 3/4 caps for the beloved Ceremony of Condemnation by Brewery Beer Company. Let's see what else we got here. Jeff Weesey. This is a cool looking can too, by the way. So Jeff, I will say that if I saw this in the store, I would have bought it specifically because of the label. He's drinking a Musky Bite by Rocky Reef Brewing Company. A nice West Coast style IPA, clear with a nice light amber color, sweet malt profile with notes of piney and floral hops in the finish. Cheers. 5 whole cap rating for that one. You cheersed him on, or you toasted him on that one too.
I saw that today. Yeah.
And continuing his check-in streak, Chad Lamassa. This is check-in streak number 2 million, Chad. He's checking into a locally delicious berry by Checker Spot Brewing Company. He said apparently the berries are from Emily's Produce, which makes me remember when Emily Wolf played at the Checker Spot. This is a little too tart for me. 3.5 cap rating. I have no idea what you were talking about, Chad, but hey, it sounds like a good memory for you. Let's see, moving on up the list. Bill Schlemmer. Hang on a second. Had to take a drink of beer. Bill Schlemmer is checking into a Mind Your Unwind by Toppling Goliath Brewing Company. Sitting on the dock at the cottage, drinking a delicious double IPA, a collab between 2 of my favorite Midwest breweries, Toppling Goliath in Ohio, Toppling Goliath in Iowa, and Hop Butcher just outside of Chicago. Words are just not happening right now.
Yeah, you're having trouble. You said brewery when you meant to say burial earlier, but I didn't correct you until now.
Did I really? That's awesome. Toppling Goliath in Iowa and Hop Butcher just outside of Chicago. This beer is spot on 4 3/4 caps rating. And I love it again. Eric Gronley commented on it and said, I'll have to look for this one, Bill. Just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll in.
Sitting on the dock of the bay.
Yeah, but Bill, I'd be curious to know what would make it the extra 1/4 of a cap rating to get 5 cap rating out of you. Let's see. Next on our list, Jeremy Garrison drinking a High Desert Drifter by Mother Earth Brewing Company.
Oh, I haven't had that one yet.
Lemony dankness is what he said. Four and a
Lemony
quarter
dankness.
cap rating for that one. That was an hour ago. So
Where was he drinking from?
Mother Earth Brewing.
Oh, he was at Mother Earth Brewing.
If you hurry, you might catch him.
I know. We got into the show, so I can go meet him up at the
yeah. Just text me a picture, okay? Eric Gronley checking into a Mustache Zach by Omni Brewing Company. Checking in at Omni Brewing Company. He said, boozy, sweet, citrusy, great double IPA, 4.5.
That was Eric Gronley?
That's what I said, right?
Okay, because I want to make sure, because for some reason I thought you said someone else. And I'm like, wait, Omni is in Minnesota. I went to Omni.
Okay.
I went to Omni when I was there with
I swear
Eric.
I said Eric Gronley. Now you're making me double.
No, you did. You did. I just wanted to make sure.
Okay. And one more time, Jeremy Garrison, an hour ago, checking into a Nitro Milk Truck.
Oh, yeah, I've had that one. That's good.
By Mother Earth Brewing Company. Dark roast coffee and a touch of cocoa. The Nitro version has an extra creamy mouthfeel.
Yeah.
4.5 cap rating.
So,
and
yeah, that's a cappuccino milk stout.
What? Is it?
Yeah.
And that's
on Nitro, it's really good.
Well, now I have to come back and get some. That's what everybody's drinking, Denny.
All right. I can send you, if sometimes they make it in a Nitro can.
Don't you tease me, Denny.
If I can find the nitro can, I'll send it to you. It's good in the can and on draft, both. With that nitro,
it's good
really
in the can.
Don't tell my wife that. Okay, that's what everyone's drinking.
Oh, gotta finish this.
Yeah, now it is time for the Brew Buzz. The Brew Buzz is devoted to discussing various beer-related topics. This week, we're going to learn all about the dog days of summer. Beer Release was an interview with Jim and Brittany Barrie from BarrieHaus Beer Company out of Florida.
Whoa, hang on a second. So my cousin Steven just hopped on and said, Checker Spot, this is from Chad Lamas's check-in, Checker Spot has some good beer. Emily's Produce is right up the road from me. Need to get it and try it. I'm friends with the guy who sells Checker Spot Brewing Company beer. He stops by my house every now and again.
Wow.
Hey, good to see you again, buddy.
This is
my cousin Steve.
That's crazy. It's great that you're listening, and we just happen to listen at the point where we have a Maryland listener that's drinking beer right down the street from you.
Right?
That's great. That's great.
Okay.
All right. So, no problem. No problem. I can always cut that out.
I thought it was funny.
But for all of our live listeners, I apologize because this interview will be entered in the post-edit after we get done recording. Nobody wants to just listen to 30 minutes of us, or I want to listen to it, and you do too, but
I was there.
Live on Facebook. Kris and I don't want to sit here for 30 minutes while we listen to him interview, which he did a great job, by the way.
Thank you.
The Jim and Brittany. Great interview. If you want to hear it, listen to the show that gets released on Thursday. You can fast forward right to the interview since you've already been getting us live, and that'll be fine. But I will edit all this out, and then we will finish the Brew Buzz. And that was the Brew Buzz. What a great interview that, Kris, you did. Thank you for going to BarrieHaus during the week. I hope you didn't miss too much work. I hope it was during your lunch break.
No, it was, man, I can only imagine. That day, Wednesdays are usually my later day, so it was nice. Mm-hmm. I went in, I think it was like 11. No. Yeah, it was 11 o'clock. And got to go in and sit and chat with them for a little bit, and they poured me this beer, Denny, right off the tank. If you guys follow the any of our social media, there's a video of it, and man, you can't get any fresher of a beer than that. Like literally out of the tank. And of course, Jim, as kind of like the head brewer, he's drinking and he's like, it could have used a little more carbonation. This is freaking delicious. And I'm looking forward to it as well because this coming Sunday, the 13th, is when they have the Dog Days of Summer beer release. But it's also too when we get to go pick up our beer and these are from last year, but they're our dogs. There's my dog Cajun and my dog Violet right there on last year's beer label. We get to go pick up their photos and the poster and stuff that they made for us for all bringing dogs in to get pictures taken of them too.
Nice. Well, again, I appreciate you doing the interview. Great interview, and I really look forward to eventually having both of them on the show with us live to find out about their craft beer journeys and getting the brewery started. You did have some great questions about the way he brews and stuff, but we need to get like down
I was I had never really talked to them at any point of getting to know them as, and I don't even think I got into it as much with them this time as I would like to. Like I want to know more. Like I told him a couple times in the interview, hey, we'd love to get you guys on for a full episode because in the interview I was like, so what'd you guys do for for your jobs before this? And he was like, oh, I was a lawyer, I was a physical therapist. And I'm like, really? Like you guys?
Wasn't she like a doctor of physical therapy too?
I believe so.
Not just a regular physical therapist. I'm like, she went like, I'm like, holy! When I heard that, I was like, wow.
I feel like I should call her Dr. Brittany now, or Dr. Barry.
Dr. Barry.
Yeah. So and that's the kind of stuff that I love hearing about is just like it's their craft beer journey. And that's we get to learn about that with a lot of folks. Just great people. They were just, hey, I walked in, I showed up probably 15 minutes before I was supposed to be there, and I just kind of walked in the back and I was just like, hey Jim. Nobody answered. I just walked in the back and he's standing up there on his platform there, and I was just like, hey, I'm Kris with Tap the Craft. And he was like, oh, hey, come on in. I mean, they were so gracious, and then just I was happy
Did he hand you a paddle so you can steer the wort and get the grains all mixed in?
But he had what he called the new guy. God, don't hate me if I forget this. Kevin. Kevin was quote unquote the new guy working back there, but he's been with BarrieHaus for about a year. And then Greg was back there too. Greg's been helping them for a couple years now too. But just great people. I'd love to get to know them better, and hopefully we get to have them on an episode here very soon.
I hope so. All right, Kris, we got one more beer tasting to do. You ready?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
All right, so we're going to be drinking the Walking Tree Brewery's Black Walking Tree IPA. It's a 7.2% ABV, 62 IBU, assuming black IPA, right, Kris? It is black. Okay, good. I haven't poured it in there, but there's the can. Now, what is up with Walking Tree? This is a local brewery?
So Walking Tree is here in Florida also. They are in Vero Beach, Florida. So Vero Beach, I believe, is on the east coast of the state. And I've had a handful of things from Walking Tree in the past. They've been great beers. And this was just another beer, Denny, that I saw when I was out at Total Wine. And I was just kind of like, all right, well, I think this is a black IPA. And fortunately, when I looked at unfortunately it was, but also too, when I looked at the date on the bottom, I was like, oh, it's not some shelf bomb that's been, or as my friends call them, shelf turd that's been sitting on the shelf for a year and a half. And I was excited to see it. So when I grabbed this, I went, well, I've had great things from Walking Tree. I hope it's the same when I pick this one up too.
Oh, good. Yours isn't as heady as mine. I poured this poorly.
That's okay. It's okay. We can't all pour them correctly. You should see the video I have, the videos that, no, I think I deleted them, but the videos that I have of from Jim Barry pouring that beer off the tank. He poured 3 steins for us, and the first one was
All head.
3/4 head. The second one was like,
That's quality.
yeah, 2/3 head, and the third one, and we were joking in the video. I was like, the third one's the charm. I mean, he nailed the third one. He needed a little practice, but
Yeah. Well, you probably had to bleed off some of that pressure
yeah,
in there too.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But it was, I mean, the third one turned out great. You guys can check out the photos on our social media and stuff for the beer. It's beautiful looking, mostly because I took the photo, I think.
Nice. Nice.
But
All right.
yeah.
So let's get back to the beer. Black IPAs blur the line between the citrus, piney character of an IPA and the roasty malt aspects of a robust porter. A big floral nose gives way to orange, chocolate, and coffee flavors with a light piney bite at the end. So I can tell right off, I do get like a light, roast and coffee aroma. More like maybe it's like an espresso-ish, watered down espresso, like Americano coffee aroma. So I can definitely smell some of that roast. I don't smell necessarily the pine or citrus in the aroma. Maybe it's going to come through in the flavor, but definitely I get the roast in here. It also smells like it's going to, like when I smell this, I smell like, it's going to be a bit thinner, but that could just be my nose playing tricks on me. Maybe it's not going to be thinner, but have you taken a sip? Yeah, take a sip, Kris, and let us know what you taste. So we don't have dead air here. I can take a sip after you do.
So I think it's kind of like with yours, with the reason that you like black IPAs so much is that roastiness, and then you get that bitter. You get the bitter from the roast, and then you get the bitter from the hops too. But it strangely plays well together.
Yeah, this is really good. And this is unique in the fact that I get that piney, citrusy, like almost tanginess too, that just kind of like is rolling around the outskirts of my mouth, not like deep in my palate, but like just on the outskirts, and it just kind of like is rotating around with this like citrusy character. I get the coffee and the flavor for sure. The coffee comes out. I mean, again, coffee wasn't added to this. This is just from the roasted malt character, but I can feel that espresso dark roast character coming out. But also in the beginning, I get this like caramel, like a caramel character too that adds a little sweetness in there. So it's a combination of like sweetness up front with the caramel, giving way to the citrus piney rotation around my mouth, and then finishing off with this dark roast coffee character that finishes off with the bitterness. Man, what an incredible experience this black IPA is. This is one that is really doing it like, this is what I like in a black IPA, right? It gives me everything I like in a stout. It is, I won't say it's thin. It's definitely not thin. It's got some meat to it, but it's not meaty like a heavy stout. It's more like an IPA with some dark roast character that is delicious. I mean, this is a special beer. Sorry, I didn't mean to carry you.
No,
on,
I love that you put the notes on our notes page, like the description that the brewery writes on this, because I was reading the notes as I was trying the beer, and it says blurs the line between citrus piney character of an IPA and roasty malty aspects of a robust porter.
Yeah.
It gives way to orange, chocolate, and coffee flavors, which yes,
there is some that. Yeah, it's kind of orange, like an orange oil character in there,
with a light piney bite at the end. And it was funny, as I was reading it, my palate was picking out those words and those flavors as I was reading it and tasting it at the same time.
Yeah. I for sure get the orange. It's like orange oil, like bright orange oily character like swirling around my mouth. There is a bit of a piney bite at the end that is right there with that bitterness and that dark roast. This is an incredible black IPA, Kris. Really well done. I never even heard of Walking Tree before you said this beer to me, but I'm a fan because it has made one of my favorite styles really good. I mean, this is a really good beer that I'm super enjoying, and I've only had, a portion of the beer, but I'm really digging this beer. This is fantastic.
One of the videos that we just posted up on social media was with why am I blanking on his name? I can see his face. Sean.
From the Florida beer or Tampa. Sean.
Don't kill me, Sean.
Gosh, how come I can't remember?
Why can't I think of his last name? It's Sean from the
Tampa
Bay
Beer United thing, right? Wow, we're really doing good here.
Look at us go. Sean.
Does it start with an N?
Nordquist.
Nordquist, yes.
There we go.
I got the N.
Thank you.
We helped each other. Nordquist, yes.
A lot of
those videos.
Yeah, he had said that the style that he would love to see make a comeback when we were talking to him, and by the way, that was over a year ago, was the black IPA, and kind of along those same lines, that roastiness, but also the bitter and the citrus and just
this is incredible. This is incredible beer. I love this beer, Kris. Love it.
Good. I'm glad you enjoy it.
That was a good. I mean, honestly, all the beers we had tonight were really good. But I'll tell you what, finishing off with this beer, it really hits the spot. This is great. I'm a huge fan. So anyone out there that's visiting Florida and can get Walking Tree Brewery's Black Walking Tree IPA, go get it. This is a fantastic beer. And if you don't like black IPAs, well, maybe you'll like this one because this one is really good. And it's 7%, but I don't feel like it's boozy at all, right?
You're going to feel it's 7% here in a minute.
It's so drinkable and so damn good. I absolutely love that beer. That's a 5 capper right there. That's the only thing that would have made a 5.5 cap rating is that they threw a little bit of rye in there too. That would have just put it over the top.
Listen, that's a black rye IPA, Denny.
I love black rye IPA.
Okay, who's brewing a black rye PA?
If we look, I mean, I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm having a senior moment, but there is a black rye IPA that I've checked in. I think I gave it a 5 cap rating. That's really good.
Wookie Jack.
Wookie Jack. Yeah, there you go. Wookie Jack is a black rye IPA. I love that.
Oh my gosh. No wonder you love that beer so much.
Yeah.
And it's good. I'd give you, I'd very
Wookie
much.
Jack. How can I forget Wookie Jack? All right. Well, that is our third and final tasting note segment on a fantastic beer from Walking Tree Brewery out of what town?
Vero Beach,
Florida. Go get some. You will not be disappointed. That is incredible beer. All right, Kris, we're going to finish the show off with naming a couple new and noteworthy beers. So what beers would you like to talk about tonight?
Well, we talked a little bit about the guys over at Barkyard Brewing. One of the beers on my new and noteworthy list, actually both of the beers we had from them, I gave 5 cap ratings to, but the Sensual Silverback.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Was
good.
And I even wrote notes on it. It was that good.
No, wait. Oh yeah, Barkyard. Yeah,
Barkyard.
Yeah, I gave all of his beers 5 cap ratings.
Same.
I mean, I was thoroughly impressed by his beers. Really good.
And this one's both of them, the Mustache Ride and
Yeah.
the Sensual Silverback. There was just something about this Sensual Silverback that all the flavors played so well together, and then the fact that this was a 14.1% beer,
Yeah.
no, in my
Yeah.
mouth it wasn't.
No. Drinking it wasn't. Later that night,
It definitely
yeah, it was
was.
a sneaky Pete, like I
Yeah.
said. That beer snuck up on me fast,
But
and I definitely felt it.
but it was just one of those beers, and it's kind of like this black IPA. Like we're taking a sip, and we're like, oh, I want some more. We're taking a
Yeah,
sip, and
I
then I
can't
want
get
some
enough
more.
of this. Yeah.
And it just wanted to keep drinking it and keep drinking it. So, so that was my first one, and then the second one, Denny. And I love the fact that I had this on my list because you also have one from this brewery on your list.
I do.
Prairie Artisan Ales, the Spicy Pickle Monster.
What is a spicy pickle monster?
So we were at a uh local restaurant. Why man, I can't remember names today. The
Olive
Stein and
Garden?
Vine, there we go. What did you say? The Olive Garden? The Stein and Vine is a local restaurant to us here in the Brandon, Florida area, and they usually have a really, really great beer list. This one specifically, we saw on the tap list, and we were just like, "All right, we got to try this." And it was I would guess it's a kettle sour. I didn't really dig into it too much, but it was. I gave it 4.25 caps. Not only was it really well balanced with I guess the pickle flavor, like a dill pickle flavor, but it wasn't over the top where you're like,
Hmm.
oh my gosh, this is all I taste is just pickle brine.
Yeah.
It was very well done to the point where I would actually drink a full glass of this,
Hmm.
but then it was spicy also. So it
Yeah.
was like a pickle pepper beer. And
Hmm.
Peter Piper, he picked a few of those pickle pepper pickles. But yeah, if you were to, for folks that are fans of like the drink the Bloody Mary or anything like that, um, I mean, if you just added some tomato juice to this thing, it would be right on. So I was really impressed on something that was um, a pickled flavored beer,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then it was spicy too, and not too spicy where you were like, oh my God, I can't drink this. But pickle, spicy, and a great name too, Spicy Pickle Monster. That's what they used to call me back in high school. Um, but but Denny, what about new and noteworthies for you?
All right. I have a few. I wasn't going to put any on my list, but then there were a few. Now, keep in mind, all but one of these beers I've had before. This is my second or more drinking of them, including the first one. I'll talk about my Prairie Artisan Ales Prairie Bomb. This is the well, it's a bomb with the Spaceship Earth Coffee, and I've had this one before, and I can't remember. Somebody gave this to me, and I don't remember who sent it to me, so I feel really guilty that I didn't write
Oh,
down who sent me this beer. So I apologize. Anyone listening, let me know, and you can, I'll I'll give credit. And I think when I did my check-in, I said that too. Another big beer in the hot weather. So I've been drinking. It's been, in the 90s here in Boise, and I've been drinking these imperial stouts, a lot of different imperial stouts.
now you know what it's
Uh,
like in Florida.
Yeah, because I don't care. I'm in air conditioning, and I was even out on my deck drinking this beer, when it's hot. But I was in the shade, so it wasn't too bad. But I said another big beer in the hot weather. I can't remember who gave me this beer, so I apologize. Either Eric, Kirk, Alex, Dan, or Chris. I don't know if you sent me to Chris. I don't.
I did not know.
Okay,
It
but
wasn't
thank
me.
you all because if you didn't, you would. Great beer with subtle coffee flavor and chocolate and chili. What I like about these bomb beers is they don't overdo it with the chili. I hate
Yeah.
chili beers, but these are done just right where you get just enough to get the flavor, but it's not like burning your throat all the way down for hours afterwards. So I appreciate that. So I gave this a 4.5 cap rating. But yeah, great beer, and I thank whoever gave it to me. I'm a bad man. The other Imperial Stout that I had is from, now we're going back to talking about Barkyard Brewing, and Matt mentioned that he got a bunch of barrel of aged beers that he got from a guy, and he was trying, rolling a bingo caller and trying one, and he said the Abyss 18, I think it was exactly the Abyss 18, the same one I'm drinking now, was a bottle bomb. It didn't hold up. It tasted nasty. He called out the wine barrels may have acted up, and this one does have wine barrels in it. Not all of them have wine. So I think it was the 18. I happen to have an 18 in my cellar that I hadn't drank, and I said, I need to drink some of these beers before they go, especially after hearing Matt talk about it. I said, I've got to drink it now because if I wait any longer, it might not be good. Well, guess what? My beer was great. Sorry, Matt. Sorry that your beer was shit, but my beer was fantastic. And what I said is it's 102 outside, and I'm drinking a big, thick, rich bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout full of adjuncts. Was worried 7 years aged was a bit too long, but it had all the great flavors expected: roasted malt, espresso, chocolate, vanilla, and light spices. 4.5 cap rating, 8 years aged. Great beer. Really, really enjoyed that beer. I mean, 7 years aged, not 8. So I just wanted, I brought that up because I've had this beer before. I bought a couple bottles when it was fresh, and then I had one I forgot about in my cellar. I try not to forget. The problem is I have these big beers, and I don't want to drink them alone. So I try to wait for people to come over and help me drink them. And when I had my big black beer party a couple years ago.
Wait, you had a what?
Big black beer party. Yeah, like Black Friday. We didn't. I had all these big beers. I wanted these people to help me drink, and nobody wanted to drink them.
I love.
So they stayed in my fridge. They stayed in my fridge. And so now I'm forced to drink them, and you know what? They're great. But I drink one and I'm done.
Drink them.
Yeah, one and done. Okay, last beer, Kris. You said, "Hey, buddy, drink this IPA now because it's not going to make it until we are able to drink it on the show because you thought it might have been past its prime." And that is the Escape Brewing's The Other West Coast IPA. So I drank it when I got back from my camping trip. I popped it open actually got back from the camping trip, and then after the last recording, I drank it on Tuesday, I think, after our recording. And you know what, Kris? My beer was fantastic.
Good.
I really enjoyed this beer as well. It says floral and citrus hops on the nose and flavor. Smooth and creamy, finishes dry with a nice bitterness. Kris thought this one might have gone past its best, but actually it's really good. No issues here. Thanks, Kris. 4 cap rating for that beer. There you go, Kris.
That's awesome.
That's my new and noteworthy, and that beer was great. 4 cap West Coast IPA.
So I had that beer, I don't know, I think it was about a year ago. We went on a staycation where we, went over to St. Petersburg, got a hotel for a couple of days, and just enjoyed the beach and pool time, and just and I bought this as a 6-pack, and I remember when I got it, it was, to me, it was very, very fresh, and it was the epitome of a West Coast IPA. So when I drank it the other day, I knew the couple that I had, I was like, I remember this being just amazing, and it was starting to fall off of that cliff, and I was like, look, drink them now just to make sure, so that way it's you can get the best out of it that you can.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I did drink it because it definitely was good. If I would have waited a couple more weeks, maybe it would have fallen out more. It would have been bad. All right, Kris, it's time to wrap this show up. Before we do it, we always want to give a chance to raise a glass. You still got some beer in that glass already?
Yeah, I'm like half there.
All right, so who would you like to raise a glass to tonight?
Well, I want to say a happy birthday to one of our Patreon supporters, Mr. Kevin Argauer, coming up
Kevin.
on July 9th. Happy birthday to you, buddy, and thank you for the
Cheers to
support. I hope you have an amazing birthday. And Amanda, take good care of him.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then also wanted to say thank you to Jim and Brittany over at BarrieHaus. Thank you guys so much for the reaching out to us and inviting us in to chat about uh, dog days of summer. I'm excited to go pick up my beers in a couple of days too. So
Nice.
Denny, what about you? Who would you like to raise a glass to?
All right. Raise a glass to our Patreon toast goes out to Mr. Eric Scotty Ward. Thank you for being a Patreon. We really appreciate your support and all your emails and voicemails, everything. We really appreciate that. And again, big special thanks out to my buddy Mike Blanchard, who on that trip, that 4-day trip, even though he was drinking heavy, he still was able to leave a voicemail every day
Still thought
and
of
let
us.
us know
Yeah.
about his trip. So I really appreciate it. Cheers to you, Mike.
Yeah.
Thank you for your support.
Thank you, Mike.
And of course, Jim and Brittany, great interview. I think all of our listeners will enjoy it as well. And one last one I didn't put on my list, but it's my sister's birthday today. So cheers to you, sis. I know you're not listening, but anyway, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. And of course, being a former serviceman, I want to raise my glass. I want to thank all those who have served and who are currently serving in the U.S. military services, protecting our freedoms. Thank you for your service, and I hope all who are deployed will return home safely to their families very soon.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that for sure. And you can find the beers mentioned on the show notes located on the show post at taptocraft.com. And, oh wait, one more last thing before I almost forgot to say it again. Chad Lamassa commented about hearing a special song at the end of the show that he hadn't heard before because he doesn't make it to the end of the show, but he just happened to make it to the end of the last show and really enjoyed the little Tap to Craft anthem that was playing in the end of the show. So that was created by our own Batman Dan. Thank you, Batman Dan, for creating the Tap to Craft anthem that we're playing at the end of the show. I hope everyone can go listen to it and enjoy our little music venture. And it is last call. It is time to bring this show to a close. We want to thank you for downloading and listening. We ask you to please tell a friend and, of course, subscribe on your favorite podcast app. As a reminder, we release a new show every 2 weeks. Now go out there and spread the good word of craft beer.
Cheers.